Hey guys, this is my new what if. What if Deku had a limit breaker quirk? Because I've been thinking on my past Dragon Ball Z reactions, there's always a limit breaker with Super Saiyan 4. And there's a limit breaker. I know it's called Evolve Blue, but it looks like a limit breaker. Like he broke through his limits. So I'm gonna make this quirk kind of special in a way. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna start when Deku was young as an age. I'm gonna start there. Yeah, I'm just gonna start there. As Deku was basically growing up to at least like 4 or 5 years old, he went to the quirk doctor to see if he had a quirk. Well, the doctors do see a sign effect of a quirk, and then every time they tested Deku on everything, they see he keeps breaking through his limits even as a kid. So they diagnosed this quirk as a limit breaker, but Deku can only use 3 or 2% of the limit breaker. So, and plus he does get a green aura that literally his eyes turns lighter and his hair goes little lighter, and he has a green aura that looks like limits and it has like sparkling in it. So basically Deku has a limit breaker quirk that is literally on par. And on this limit breaker quirk, he can actually, if his limit breaker is on and he grabs someone's hand, he can open someone's real potential. So that's what the doctor never told Deku, because he doesn't want to go around giving people limit breakers like basically Bakugo or yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he can he does learn how to shoot, he concentrate the energy into his hands, even from his limit breaker hand power. He makes a little small blast that thinks it's an energy wave, but nah. Deku will release that blast. And he can fly a bit. He can just float for a bit, but he doesn't know how to fly because he doesn't know how to control his energy. So yeah, after getting his quirk called Limit Breaker Quirk, he goes back to tell everybody about his quirk, and everybody's actually happy about Deku's quirk. Bakugo, on the other hand, thinks Deku just showing off, but Deku really isn't, because he's just telling people about his quirk, like how Bakugo did. So Bakugo is basically on terms with Deku, and Bakugo tries to bully Deku, but Deku not having it. So Deku just literally just drops Bakugo every 2 seconds, every time he's trying to bully Deku. So basically, yeah. Oh, sorry. That was my last what if. So basically, Deku and Bakugo grew a bond. To see who's the top is strongest, basically. But Deku's personality does rival him from Bakugo. Now Bakugo doesn't have that hatred towards anybody, or he gets his attitude together and actually becomes a real nice person and becomes a real good guy. Instead of saying, die, die, die. Like, what the fuck is that personality? I know the character, I know what you're doing, I know it's cool, but bro, he's trying to be a hero. Why you trying to make him say, I'm gonna still let him say die into it, but why? Like, what was the purpose? Yeah, I'm just wondering, what was the purpose of making that? Hold on. Yeah, so basically, Deku is basically getting more popular by the day, but he does reject certain girls because he does sense the girls just want to use him and all that. But at an early age, when he's basically like 9 or 5, like he's like 8 years old by now, he walks across the alleyway and sees a girl smiling while she's fighting. Deku takes an interest in this girl. He looks over from far. See, this girl has a gravity quirk and a lightning quirk that she's using in her body. And she's so fast the guys can't see her, and she's having fun, smiling. Deku thinks this is kind of cool, seeing another quirk user instead of Bakugo. But until to him, the girl looks up and sees him, and she blitz up, about to kick Deku. Deku goes to a limit break with like 3%, blocks her attack, and she said, cool. She goes to the other building and said, so, I'm gonna guess you're strong, or... Deku said, nah, I still haven't mastered my full power, so I'm basically at 3 or 4%. And she said, cool. And he asked what's her basically what's she doing with her lightning into her body, and he knows she has a zero gravity quirk. She said yes, and the lightning quirk, I just had it, but I understand the fundamentals that she's doing. She understands the fundamentals what lightning can do. It actually can boost you up, make you faster, and all of that. That's why she was just testing it out. This is actually her first try. She only basically use 2% of it. And she said 2%. Why? Because she said I have a lot of lightning stored, and she can't use the full extent of it. So she made it into her own technique around her whole body. And Deku said, nice. What's your name? She said, my name is Ochako Uraraka. What is yours? Azuka Midoriya, or you could just call me Deku. I almost said Goku. You can call me Deku. Deku, nice name. And Deku asks if she wants to spar sometime. She thinks about it and said, how good are you in martial arts? Deku looks at her like, wait, what do you mean? Do you go to martial arts classes? And Deku said, no. And she says, sigh. And she invites Deku tomorrow to a martial arts class. Deku actually accepts and asks, can he bring a friend along? She doesn't mind. So basically, Bakugo and Deku goes to the address he got from Uraraka. So basically, they're at a martial arts dojo. Bakugo asks why did he bring him here, and he said a girl named Uraraka, who was very, very strong, is in here and invited me to come train, and I asked, can I invite you to train with us? And Bakugo good idea, because I don't want to fall behind you, nerd. He still calls him nerd time to time, but yeah, Deku's like, yeah, whatever, Kachan. And walks in, and she said, oh, what's up, Deku? She said, what's up? He said, what's up, Uraraka? And Uraraka's master said, oh, these are the two persons, actually the one person you met? And she said, yeah, but I don't know the other person. And Izuku introduced Bakugo. Bakugo is like a hand-to-hand fighter, but he doesn't have any martial arts skills, but he has a quirk called explosions. And the master said, I never trained with a kid with an explosion quirk before, so I want to see how he does. Because the master has 2 quirks. Like an instant quirk, like he can dodge instantly, and he has a strength quirk. So basically, Uraraka was getting her ass whooped in this whole thing. So basically, that's why she chose to stay at that martial arts dojo, because no other kid would, because they always get their ass whooped by the master. After getting settled in and getting some training regimen in, do a kilometer run, do push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and do some weights. The master asks what is Izuku's quirk, And Zuko said it's called a Limit Breaker quirk, and it does a lot of major abilities. And Deku shows his Limit Breaker to the master, and he said, I can sense a power from you, but what percent of power can you use? He said only like basically 3%. And he said after the training, after taking off the weights and all that, he said to go at least go up a little number. Deku actually in his training never tried to go up a level before, so he powers up a bit of his limit break. He actually can feel it going stronger, and it's like 5%. He said, "I'm at 5% now." The master acts like, "Good, now spar." Zuko dashed with blinding speed. Bakugo and Uraraka can barely see Deku now. Deku hits the man, but was after him. Deku instantly knew he was right behind him. He kicks, the master blocks, and he said, good technique. And then they are like going back and forth doing the same thing. I literally just said, like, Deku going dodge, and the master just instantly dodging and try to hit Deku, and Deku blocks it most of the time. And they calm down for a bit. Deku still with his limit break on. Thanks to Master for a good spar. And Uraraka said, "You're a good match for my master." And he said, "Yeah." And Zuko literally forgot to turn off his limit breaker, since the doctor never told him about if he ever touched anybody with his limit breaker on, he will actually give somebody a limit breaker of their own. So basically, Deku doesn't even know what he's doing. Basically, Deku actually grabbed Uraraka's hand and shaked it. Uraraka noticed something. She sees a pink aura around her, literally boosting her. And she said, Deku, what are you doing? And Zuko opened his eyes and noticed what the hell just happened. Uraraka, you have my limit break. And Deku still looks, and he still has his on. And the master said, come to a conclusion. Young Izuku, right? He said, yeah, I think, did the doctor not tell you a full extension of your quirk? He said, no, he never did. After thinking about it, I think he told Izuku, I think your quirk can actually access somebody's limit breaker, like limits, like to their bodies. And he said, wait, what? Why did the doctor not tell me? Because I don't think the doctor knew, but in this one he did knew, but he never thought it. But the master said, I don't think he knew, because I think he never shoved no one's hand with that power on. And he said, oh, so Uraraka has a limit breaker of her own. And Uraraka's noticing how to turn it off or not. And Zuko gave her an explanation how to turn it off. She calms down a bit and turns it off. And see, she can summon it back. And she actually did. But she never worked with this kind of power before, so she's basically at 2% of it. And Bakugo said, what? And Deku's like, oh, forgot about Bakugo. Actually giving Bakugo a second power. Cloud Bakugo's hand, and Bakugo gets his own limit breaker, because Deku doesn't want no chump Bakugo. Because I know I'm going, you guys are going, what do you mean? Didn't you say you don't want Bakugo getting the court now? But since Bakugo's good in this version, like more nicer, he gets a limit breaker. Because whoever is like bad or evil and all that, no one can use it. Even if they touch Deku's hand, no one can use the power. So Deku's basically teaching Bakugo and Uraraka how to use it. So basically, Bakugo and Uraraka can basically go like 4% of it, because Bakugo is more muscular and Uraraka trained with a martial arts master, so basically they're right behind Deku. Even Bakugo's explosions are overwhelming. So he asks Deku, does it really make a tremendous boost? Deku actually nods, like it does make his body a little bit stronger. So if you use your quirk without limit breaker on, they will make it stronger. Uraraka got a good idea. Turns on her lightning quirk, and then actually moving like fast. She didn't notice how fast she was going. She was going fast, and she couldn't stop and hit the wall. And she said, "My lightning got increased with this power." And Deku's like, "Yeah, so what are we gonna call y'all's power now?" because our moms are gonna, moms, and you dads won't wondering how you got another power. That's what they're thinking. How about we call Uraraka's pink limit break and call Bakugo's orange, what was this here? Yellow limit break, while yours is a green limit breaker. And then if your parents ask, tell them like they unlocked another quirk or something like that. Or they had this quirk all along and never showed it. They took the second option better about they never had they had this quirk inside but never unlocked it. But they never showed around the parents yet, so yeah, so basically they come back to the dojo, keep training, and they still Uraraka and Deku and Bakugo do go to the same high school. No one really makes fun of nobody in that class. Nobody. Because Deku made Bakugo be more respectable to his classmates. So basically everything goes to almost similar about how about everyone will be heroes. And he already got 3 students who wants to go to UA, and it was be Uraraka and Deku and Bakugo. And everybody doesn't judge because they are the strongest in this class. Everything basically goes similar, but I'm gonna say All Might catches the sludge villain, so Deku really doesn't get one for all in this version. So it's the one for all quirk goes to Mirio. So they do the next 10 months of training, and the master put training weights on it 10 times, like literally 10 times Earth's gravity. They have to struggle without even using their quirks. So it took them like at least 9 days to at least get used to the weight and clothes. And the master asked to use their power and take off the weights. So they took off the weights and know it was kind of sticking in the floor a bit. And then they powered up. Uraraka with her limit break and her lightning. And she knows her quirk zero gravity evolved into gravity manipulation. So she's basically OP in her own way. While the limit breaker, pink limit breaker for her is basically strong on her own. So basically with her lightning, she's basically indestructible. Not indestructible like that, but she can give you a good ass challenge. Bakugo, his quirk evolved into AP shot, how's your impact, and pretty much it, and he can make big ass explosion with his hands. Instead of getting them strained, he can shoot them freely. Because of now his yellow limit breaker, he can literally overpower people. Deku, let's give it. Actually, I forgot to name it. Bakugo and Uraraka go the limit breaker on the percent. Since it was at 400 Deku, it's at like 7, and Deku's just 8. Actually, no, 7. They're all on the same link. I'm not trying to make each other over powerful. So basically, they do spar until the last day, and they go home. Going to sleep. They said it's gonna be interesting at the interest stamps tomorrow. And everything goes similar. Magic Knights. I said Magic Knights and Jam. Oh yeah, I'm making a what if Asta have limit breaker magic, and it's gonna be lit. How I'm gonna do it. So alright, they're at the whole the academy, oh my god, UA, thank you, UA, and basically no one tripped, so no one got called out and all that. Go in, does a test, aced it, all 3 of them, while most of the kids didn't. Well, Ida doesn't even call it Deku because he doesn't mutter, because he has a quirk now. So basically, Deku is basically stretching, and so Uraraka basically just stretching and meditating a bit. While Bakugo is another one just pumping up himself. So, hold on. After basically Deku Uraraka getting warmed up, so is Bakugo in his own place, like in canon. So they're waiting until the thing starts, until the gates open. Uraraka and Deku and Bakugo waste no time, dashed. Even everybody said they were cheating. Bakugo and the President Mike said no one's cheating. It says he does say the same thing in the original about there's no time limit saving villains or saving people. I mean, fighting villains or saving people. So everybody rushed. At this time, Deku and Bakugo or Uraraka got the highest points of 800. Even All Might suppressed. Like, why he never see these kids before, and he probably could have passed one for all to one of them. Well, Deku is destroying robots, so is Uraraka and Bakugo. Bakugo's in this other thing though, so everything goes similar. But I will say, doesn't those kids look like they have the same quirk? Yeah, the teacher said, yeah. Are they related or something? But the paper said, no, they're not related. They just have a strange quirk. And everything goes similar. The 0 pointer comes. But since there's no Uraraka to save, Deku just want to fight the robot. While Deku jogs, so the Uraraka and Bakugo in his own thing, run to it, and they all really just punched the shit out of the robot, just decked it. Uraraka said, lightning punch, like lightning smash. Not like literally smash, but lightning punch. While Deku does a limit breaker punch that literally has an air force on it. Bakugo does literally explosion punch. Because now he can manipulate his explosions on his fist, so it'll make it more effective. So they destroyed the 0 pointers. They're destroyed permanently. Nothing's coming back. After that, they went home. Well, everybody's still shocked about their power. All Might want to ask about these kids' quirks, but he let it go for now. So Deku and Bakugo and Rock go home and get the letters they got into UA. So this is where I'm gonna end it off. So peace out. And I will make what it also have a limit breaker magic, and it's gonna be more cooler since also gonna have magic in that one, but more powerful. So peace out.